Aww.
You wanna know how it smells?
Absolutely not, ma'am. We are outside the county jail as Jaebae, the fat activist who promotes kindness, equality, and bigger hallways for all, has been imprisoned for.
Hurry up, Michelle, hurry up, Michelle.
You guys, Jaebae, the girl that is fighting for obese people to be able to exist in the world and does that by staying in hotels,
accessible and luxurious, two things that can be hard to come by.
telling the staff that they need to knock down the hallways to make them bigger, enlarge the doorways.
My body isn't the problem, the system is.
So her and her obese friends can walk down them as she zips through the streets in her scooter because she cannot walk.
You do not have to lose weight.
Is behind bars. I should not laugh, but I just can't.
We used to call her Jaebae, now she Jaebae, chilling in hotels, swimming safe and sound. Rolling, scooting, always eating, accountability never could be found. Now she's done, she's in jail, saying the truth will all prevail. Jailbait, da, 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 da. Jailbait.
Hello guys, welcome back to the circus because the biggest clown, the fat acceptance, is behind bars and the charges are just interesting. So before we start, I have to thank Jen the Gemini for commenting this. She literally cracked the code, or well, the story, and I'm only here to deliver it to you. So everyone, get up, say thank you, Jen, and get your lips ready to give her a big, wet, sloppy kiss on her forehead. Make sure you put chapstick on, okay? I am not going to let your lips grace my girlie's forehead unless they are supple and dewy. Bless you, Jen. Thank you for messaging me this. Okay, so Jalen Chaney, also known as Jaebae, the girl that went viral for her petition to make seats bigger on airplanes because she couldn't fit in them. She could barely fit into the bathroom. She was very upset by that. She's also known for her next petition that leveled up to then booths. And then she leveled up again and it requested that hallways be demolished for hotel rooms because she wants to scoot her little booty down them. I mean, Jaebae, surprisingly, we aren't at that point yet. We don't really need to fight for bigger hallways yet. I think she's making it through the hotel hallway just fine. I think she's got a couple more 100 pounds before she can't squeeze those pumpkins through that door.
You wanna know what changed my life? I was on my deathbed.
Oh, I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised that she's actually admitting that, especially on TikTok, since that whole group is against admitting that obesity is unhealthy.
Struggling to breathe, unsure if I'd even make it another day.
Oh my God. Is this an awakening? Girl, like she still has time. She can stop eating the burgers while she has a breathing tube up her nose and start like at least walking. She's really young. She's 6 years younger than me. She is still in her 20s. She can do this.
And that's when I realized, if I don't speak up now, fat people like me might never have the chance to live fully.
This is not what I was expecting at all today.
I wasn't sure how much time I had left, but I knew it was now or never.
I just didn't expect for the girl who's fighting for bigger hotel hallways to Uno reverse this and finally tell her followers the realities of obesity.
And that's when I started fighting, for us, for fat liberation. For the right to exist, to thrive, and to take up space.
Okay, that's kind of the problem, Jaebae. You take up too much space. I don't have to tell you that. That's what your whole shtick has been for years. Like, she's been complaining for about 6 years now that she can't fit into things. Girl, it's coming from inside your house. Open the door and let reality in. Okay, so it turns out this video wasn't an, okay guys, I'm having a lot of health issues, I'm struggling a little bit. It was just more of a rebranding for Jaebae and giving her audience a look into what's gonna come in the future.
Hey, I'm Jalen, but you might know me as Jaebae. But honestly, I'm just Jay.
That was the most 90s intro ever.
I wanted to take a moment to reintroduce myself, especially as we head into the new year. Some of you might have followed me for my journey in plus size travel. Some of you might have seen me fight for fat rights. But for those of you who don't know me yet, I'm here to share a bit of my story. After everything I've been through, including facing some of my deepest challenges,
like walking?
I realized that my purpose isn't just about surviving.
Oh, okay, so the goal is to just eat yourself to death.
It's about thriving and helping others like me do the same.
Well, you heard it here first. She wants y'all to thrive, just like her. Welcome to Jaebae's world, where walking is not really an option because we suggest, actually, we force everyone in this community in a scooter, as using your legs will make people in larger bodies very insecure. We can't have that. Plus, how else do you think you will achieve our Lord and Savior's body if you keep using those pesky things? Here in Jaebae's world, you get 16 square meals a day and a free breathing tube. Oh, what's that? You don't need it now? Don't worry, you will.
So welcome to 2025, where I'm dedicating myself to making sure fat bodies are seen, heard, and given the rights we deserve.
And then Jaebae created the Fat Bill of Rights. You think I'm kidding. You think I'm a very creative girly, and I am. But no, this is all Jaebae's genius idea. Yep, you heard that right. I'm fighting to get the Fat Equality Bill of Rights, passed to protect fat peoples from systematic discrimination. It's time to make fat phobia unacceptable! I just have to say it, as a black woman and the speaker of every single black woman, clearly, I was voted in. Did you miss it? Very rude that you missed the ceremony. But I have to call out to not only my black sisters, but my baddies, my stay in the homesies, my art girlies, my chunky girlies to my skinny minis, and every other girly in between. If you are a boy, you can be a girly for about 5 seconds and just join in. Okay, this is an all-inclusive invitation to just scream before she even starts talking in this video, because the absolute audacity for this 2-ton scootin' woman to even try to relate her obese butt cheeks and her problems with being obese, where she says multiple times that it's lovely being that size, to people who freaking died because of the color of their skin.
Fat phobia is the last form of discrimination that's widely accepted, and it's everywhere. Unlike racism, sexism, and homophobia, fat phobia is rarely called out or addressed. In fact, it's so ingrained in our society that it's considered normal.
Okay, you know what, just a tip, if you're going to use a teleprompter, move it right from over here to right in front of you, right there. Because teleprompters are great when there's a lot of info, but weird when you're always looking like this.
Look at the media. Fat characters are often portrayed as jokes or villains.
Jafar, skinny legend. Cruella, slim icon. Yzma, Skeletor queen. All thin, all evil. Gaston, the buff bastard. Can we please stop pretending that every single fat person in every single show is the villain? Anyway, she complained a lot more.
Lazy, unhealthy, and deserving of ridicule. These stereotypes are reinforced in movies, TV shows, advertisements, and they shape the way that society views fat people.
And then we finally get to the point of the Fat Bill of Rights.
The Fat Equality Bill of Rights is the first step in making fat phobia as unacceptable as any other form of bigotry. So learn more. If you're ready for fat phobia or anti-fatness to be eradicated, go ahead and check out the Fat Equality Bill of Rights. You can check it out at change.org/fat equality.
You couldn't just tell us? Guess we have to go look it up. This act will demand size-inclusive seating, equipment. What equipment do you guys need? Accommodations and services in healthcare, transportation, education. I know I have a lot of obese people that watch my channel, so I have a question for you guys. It is your time. You get the microphone, which today I couldn't find my actual microphone, so it is my Pennywise doll. When you go get educated somewhere, do the teachers or the person who's teaching the class look at you and say, not today. You're looking a little, you're fat. So until you get skinny, you cannot get an education. On a serious note though, I am very interested into the statistic that the majority, or I don't know if I'm using the right words, but like how a lot of obese people are normally not as educated as thin people. And that sounds like it might be a future video.
Let's get one thing straight. Food has no moral value. It's not good or bad, it's just food.
Even the AI voice lost confidence at the end there, and not her opening up this video by eating fries and then saying there's absolutely no difference when it comes to food, and then eat a donut.
And guess what?
Girl, what?
Fat people are allowed to eat what they want without justifying it to anyone.
Yeah, I agree, but she's been trying to justify this for about 6 years now. She's got a whole fat bill of rights. She is the definition of justifying.
Someone who lives with an eating disorder, I've spent years unlearning the lies society tells us. Lies like, you have to earn your food, that you should feel guilty for enjoying it.
This is the same girl that ate a burger while having a breathing tube in her nose, and she is saying that she should not feel anything? If not guilt, then what?
Wait, heart attack!
Okay, so I just made a goal for myself. I want to get through a whole video and not say shit. That's the challenge right now. I am handing her the mic. Girl, take it and go.
You might think you hate fat people because of health, But the real reason is more complicated. The truth is fat phobia is deeply rooted in capitalism, racism, and misogyny. And it has nothing to do with someone's health. Capitalism thrives off insecurity. Companies make billions off diet culture, selling weight loss products and services that promise happiness, success, and acceptance. They make you believe that if you're thinner, you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But in reality, they're just profiting off of your insecurities. Racism also plays a huge role in fat phobia, especially when it comes to Black, Indigenous, people of color. Society has long perpetuated these harmful stereotypes about these communities, which I'm a part of. Fatness is often weaponized against us in ways that are tied to radicalized tropes and oppression. Women, especially us fat women, are told constantly that our worth is tied to our appearance. We're expected to conform to narrow beauty standards that exclude us if we don't fit a certain size. They keep women feeling small, literally and figuratively. So the hatred toward fat people, it's not really about health. It's about control. Control over what bodies look like and what bodies are allowed in certain spaces, and who gets to define what's considered acceptable. So next time someone tries to tell you they're concerned about your health and that's why they're fat shaming you, just know it's a bunch of And if you're one of those people telling fat people, especially on the internet or IRL, that they're the problem and that you're just concerned about their health and that's why you have to treat them poorly, get over yourself, because it's not about health. And you know it, and so do we. So there's that.
Okay, well, I can take this off now. Did the chat GPT that she normally uses, Jaebae, not finish the script for you? And so you have to come up with your own ending?
And so do we. So there's that.
Okay, but what she said in the video, she sat there and talked about businesses that profit off of people's insecurities as if she's not doing the same damn thing as many of these people that are in or go to these groups have eating disorders and have problems when it comes to food. And all these people do is tell them, it's give in, eat as much as you want. And then if someone tries to help those people, they call it fat phobic. Any sense of help, if family members reach out, anything, they are the problem and not concerned for your health. You know, let's say one of their kids bring up their weight and say, Mom, I think you really need to lose weight. That child hates you. They don't want you to exist. 2, why did she say IRL in real life? That is for typing, not talking. That shows that she's spent way too long on the internet. And Jaebae, I need you to just, you know, get off the internet, take a little bit of a walk. I do agree that this world has a very small window for what they traditionally find attractive or like their beauty standard. I don't fit into the beauty standard at all. And yes, I do believe that people use the beauty standard to make people feel small or, you know, less attractive, less worthy. I think that's the word that they like to use, or a lot of men will be upset that you don't look the way that you're supposed to, and now they don't want to you. Damn it. We will live. With all that being said though, this FA community has a beauty standard as well, and it's deadly. And when you don't fit into their beauty standard, they will throw you into the pit to be forgotten just as well as the other ones will. I mean, look at what she posted. If you're thin, you're not coming in. You might think that this is just a extreme example that she's posting. No, she wants thin people down there. There, right down there where the scarf was that was covering my mouth, right? She wants to just
This isn't just a vision, it's the future we deserve.
So this isn't about equality. This is about putting the people that are Jaebae size on a pedestal and the thins at the bottom licking their feet.
What if fat bodies were the default and thin bodies were considered the other? Airplane bathrooms are too small for fat people. Imagine if plane seats were too big for thin people. Society tells us what's worthy and acceptable. Stores only stock thin mannequins. What if stores had to make room for fat mannequins and
Oh my God, this is so freaking long. We get it. You wrote a what about list like I did when I was 8. This one says my body is not the problem.
Big girls got to stick together. We got to stick together. Don't know who this is, but we both standing on.
You try walking in those shoes.
This was your friend, huh? Because everyone else looks like they don't know what the f you're doing. So going through some of her posts, it looks like she's still very angry at SeaTac, the airlines where she demanded that someone push her in the wheelchair.
I want to go ahead and talk about SeaTac Airport.
And the woman that she was demanding to push her in the wheelchair said, no, you're too big. I don't want to break my back. And she raged. You remember that temper tantrum?
I'm familiar with my experience at SeaTac where they refused to push me in a wheelchair.
And I guess she's still raging about it by standing in the middle of the airport.
Big girl dreams in a skinny gal's land, judged by the weight, not the heart in the
I'm so sorry, I told a lie. She is sitting in a wheelchair. But she looks hardcore though, huh?
hand. They try to shrink the shine.
If I saw this when I was in an airport, I would think absolutely nothing. And if I did think anything, I'd probably think, can you please move out the way? Why are you in the middle of the walkway filming? You're not even doing anything. You could at least do like a TikTok dance. Oh, maybe not, never mind.
You've been through a lot this year, and it wasn't for no reason.
I don't understand, why does she keep saying that she's been through a lot? I've personally only seen, maybe I missed something, but I've personally only seen her go to expensive hotel rooms, eat a lot of food, and then complain on the internet. She's living the life to me.
And I can promise you, it's not wasted. God made you stronger this year. And you learned a lot of lessons this year.
Oh yes, she did. Jaebae has been actually taking a little break from her community work. She actually hasn't posted since the 12th of February, but near the 12th, she was very, very excited when she was dancing with her strobe lights. She was extremely excited to go to the Festival of Babes and excited to also go to the 2025 FatCon.
All right, y'all. Your girl Jay is officially going to FatCon 2025.
I mean, look at her. She's all excited, dancing around, in her chair, just wiggling. But then the mood shifted, everything changed, and she posted this on her Instagram.
I did not want to have to do this. I've tried to figure out what I was meant to do. And today something happened that I cannot allow to happen to anybody else. You know my abuse. I don't know what's going to happen from here, but the police are on their way. They're 15 minutes out. I will let you know when I can what happens, okay? But I need you guys to know I'm safe. And there's lots of things you will learn. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for giving me the courage and the strength to do this. But most of all, I have to thank God, because I would not be alive had today not played out the way you will understand one day, I promise. But for now, I'm gonna be gone, and I don't know how long I'm going to be gone. But please know that I am safe.
And seeing this, you would think, wow, what happened? It seems like it's like a domestic, DV type thing with her boyfriend that she always said was great. And you're probably thinking, what did he do? Where are you going? Well, you would think that this was her last post for a while, but it wasn't, because she came back pretty quickly and said that.
I'm here. I'm alive. I have a case number now. I'm working on filing a protective order. I'm not getting a whole lot of help. I'm all by myself because I'm stranded. I see that the perpetrator, that I will not name here just for legal purposes and safety purposes, is now falsely spreading information. I'm going to allow the police to handle it.
So Jaebae kept telling her watchers that this is really bad. The boyfriend's very bad, but I have all of my receipts.
His family is now threatening me. I have all the documentation.
She was also saying that the police department is not helping her at all. They haven't been helpful, but they do have all the footage to prove that she is the one that's in the right.
When you hear the story, you will understand why. It is by the grace of God that I am alive. I've been trying to remain steadfast in this and strong, and I am. I'm very firm in what I believe. I know what happened to me. I have all of it documented. The police department didn't help. I've called every resource they have. They've been very aggressive towards me. You know how the police are towards African-American people like myself. I'm not going to tag them. I don't really know how else to get safety. The police are definitely failing me. I've talked to a sergeant. I've talked to multiple officers. Everything I've been asked to do, they have done nothing.
And no matter how many times Jaebae said, I'm gonna take a break, I'm gonna get off the internet because this stuff is really serious. Don't worry guys, I'm safe, but I don't want to say too much. I can't talk about this because it's very serious. She kept getting on and talking a lot. And eventually one of her fat babes, I don't exactly know what to call them, but one of her group members sent her a message saying, girl, I think you need to put down the phone because this shouldn't be for the public eye. Not everything is for the public eye. You need to just kind of stop. And Jaebae got pissed and said, I'm gonna expose you and the fat girl travel when I get back from my break.
However, there are some community members I'm going to have to tell you about when I do come back. And Annette Richmond of Fat Girls Traveling and Fat Girls Travel and Trips, who I've been associated with in the past, I need you to know publicly, I don't associate with her. She knows what she said to me. She knows what she accused me of. I have proof.
Well, I don't know what the police had or what they saw about Jaebae, but Jaebae would take her break soon and the proof would come out about Jaebae. Instead of going to FatCon and dancing around because she's excited to be around other fat babes, she would be assaulting someone and then criminally trespassing. Then she wouldn't leave. Then the police would get called and then then she would obstruct law enforcement, resist arrest, which it just gives me a very interesting vision in my head. I always think maybe she's gonna try to run, but she also did not use her legs for about 6 years. Also, so how is she going to run away and resist arrest from the police? She might give them a really good, like obese people are a little heavier, so they're always really strong. So a good maybe 1, 2, but after that, you can't get away. And I don't know what these last 2 charges are of the 6 accounts, but it's interfere with healthcare facility and the misuse of 911. This is a lot of very serious stuff. I don't know her boyfriend's name, so I couldn't look up if he's also in the jail too, but I do have to say, I remember a lot of posts of her boyfriend and her and them frolicking through the fields of, oh, not frolicking, him pushing her while she sits in a wheelchair and they kind of frolic to whatever really expensive hotel they go to.
We listen and we don't judge.
Plus size travel edition.
Hey.
But why the heck is it always like the Instagram or the TikTok or like the influencer couples who always post each other, loving each other, saying how supportive they are, and then eventually we find out through police reports that they're like beating each other? So I'm not too sure if he's in jail too. Right now it looks like she was doing the beating and she's been in there since the 28th of February as I filmed this video. And she's still in there unless we have an update. Well, I guess her butt cheeks are still in there. So that's what Jaebae has been up to. There's obviously more to this story. We will probably never get the complete whole truth. Honestly, they both, her and her boyfriend, seemed extremely shifty. They were always doing GoFundMes and like asking for money for her problems. But she's in jail for now. She probably might lose weight. You don't get 16 square meals a day, right? In jail. I haven't gone. Orange jumpsuits are not my color at all, but I've heard there are no buffets.
Jailbait.